How much does it take to scare you? Graphic imagery, maybe? I know Spirited Away really fucked me up back in the day. Or are you more averse to atmosphere? A chill in the air, a slight paranoia, a tug of war between being alone and not? As for me, the answer is 30 pieces of paper. 59 pages. I thought I was better than this. But there's a difference between who I was before and after even Ilyich. The book began its invasion of my mind with a friend's recommendation, back when I didn't even know how to pronounce it, let alone what it was about. A seed of curiosity was planted with a single sentence. I'm not sure how to recommend ancient books from dead Russian authors, but if I had to try, I'd tell you that the main character's dad is referred to as a redundant part of a redundant institution. Now that I have my hands on it, I can tell you with certainty that tone is maintained throughout the entire book. Callously indifferent, cold beyond belief. It picks its characters apart so thoroughly that at times I felt like I was invading their privacy. I'm not going to do that here. The experience of reading Ivan Ilyich is something I want to invite you to join in on, not adapt, especially considering the distinct lack of price tag. I will tell you what it's done to me if you need more convincing. But for those who are already interested, I'll admit that I first read this book quite impatiently, the low page count being the only thing to temper that. This book speaks of a slow deterioration, a time-lapse of decay. It's kind of a sick line though, hold up. It assigns paragraphs not just to Ivan's actions, but to the thought process behind them. Take your time, basically. Not in spite of its length, but because of it. According to current standards, Ivan died quite young, at around 45 years old, but managed to accomplish quite a bit in his years. From law school to marriage to a sizable promotion. How could someone so successful be so miserable? Him and his wife hate each other. What he calls friends are nothing more than co-workers. His kids barely tolerate him, and he's never truly loved, both in the romantic sense and, in my opinion, the more important platonic sense. He doesn't have dreams or hobbies. The fuel that keeps him going is a simple, single-minded goal. Comfort. It all goes downhill from there. People become connections to invest in, and work becomes an escape from the problems he only knows how to neglect. The part where Ivan dies reads to me as the final time he failed to confront his demons, but the journey there haunted me ever since. Questions like, what could he have done? Or what's the real core of his misery? Poke around in my head every once in a while. But the hardest question is, as always, the simplest one. What should I learn from this? Ever since I finished Ivan Ilyich, I've started seeing it in places. People who follow their dreams, people who don't. My own tendency to drift towards comfort was laid bare that day more clearly than ever before, and I can't unsee it. My favorite band, Sleep Token, released an album called Even in Arcadia that somehow hits all of these themes. Past Self has lines like, Caramel's chorus still rings in my head. And Damocles says it all before you get to the first line. The name borrowing from an ancient Greek myth of a man who hailed his king as fortunate beyond imagination, who was given the chance to swap places with the king for but a day, except that king arranged for a razor-sharp sword to dangle above his head at all times, that cut down his resolve long before it moved. Gargura. I'm going somewhere with this, trust me. is the biggest VTuber to have ever been. The influence she had over the internet as a whole was unimaginable. On May 1st, 2025, it was announced that the Gargora account will never go live again. And sure, the human who gave the concept life is still out there somewhere. But even as someone who never watched her, it hit me pretty hard to see someone who was so successful make the active decision to step down. All that comfort discarded. What does that say about me? Me who barely knows what to do with his life. If the success story is meant to inspire me to join their ranks, and like this, where am I supposed to go? What do I chase now? He breathed in air and stopped halfway through his breath. He stretched and died.